Hey guys, Hamsterwheel here with a new video, and welcome to my brand new series called The Quests of Classic WoW. In this video series, we're going to be taking a look at some very memorable and iconic quest chains in Classic WoW. We'll dive into the story, where it takes you, what tasks you need to perform, and give an explanation on why said quest is remembered so well. So, without further ado, let's start off with a quest chain that I hold very close to my heart, which is called The Crystal in the Mountains. Now the cool thing with this quest chain is that you could just go to the Arathi Highlands and access the crystal, but there are a fair share of players that found out about this quest through a necklace that starts the quest chain, which is a random world drop. As you click on the necklace to start the quest chain, you are greeted by the following text. This shard pulses as you hold it. You feel a sense of pleading coming from the shard, as if someone is trying to communicate, someone who desperately needs your help. A vision appears in your mind of the northern mountains of Arathi and of a brilliant crystal jutting from the earth there. You feel drawn to that place. The crystal the quest is talking about is west of Hammerfall. Once you get to the location, you'll see a collection of giant stones with an ominous looking crystal in the middle. After clicking on it and completing the quest that the pendant gave you, it says, "This crystal pulses, as if a living force is trapped within it." Once you completed that, we're on to the very first introduction of a princess who is trapped by the crystal. When you open the next quest, you'll see the following dialogue.
My name is Misrael. I am a princess of the earth, and my captors, the giants, have trapped me deep beneath the Arathi Highlands. These crystal shards are the only way I can speak with the surface world. Please help me. Allies of the giants, the Dry Whisker kobolds, have a shard like this one in their Dry Whisker Gorge to the east. To power the cluster, you must gather motes of Misrael from the kobolds and apply them to it. I beg you, Hamster, aid me.
Of course, as adventurers, the idea of saving a princess from entrapment sounds intriguing. I mean, hell, most of us were already used to this concept when playing games like Super Mario. Anyway, we're off to Dry Whisker Gorge, a hidden path, so to say, in the mountains east of Hammerfall that will eventually lead you into a cave. On the way, you'll encounter some kobolds, and they all have a chance of dropping a mote of Misrael. Once you've gathered enough motes, you'll have to find a smaller, kinda similar looking crystal in the cave. When you click on it, the following dialogue is shown. This cluster of shards looks much like the shards of Misrael, but the same feeling of security does not pulse through them. Click on continue and you're greeted by Misrael once again.
Ah, you activated these shards. Already I feel more myself. But alas, I am still far from free.
It seems like we're getting closer to freeing the princess, but we're not quite there just yet. The next quest is called the Stones of Binding, and here's what she says.
4 stones of binding are scattered throughout Arathi. These stones keep me pinned beneath the earth. To unlock them, you must unlock the strongest, the Stone of Inner Binding. And to do that, you must gather keys from the other 3. These stones are watched by guardians, but if you are clever, or lucky, you may find ways to banish them.
So, after we accepted this next task, we make our way out of the cave and start hunting for the guardians she mentioned. The first stone we find is at the Circle of Outer Binding, east of Refugee Point. All we gotta do is clear the area of these elementals and access the stone. And there we go, the first key. The next location we find is the Circle of West Binding. Same trick here, clear the elementals and gather the key. And the last circle is actually pretty close to the original crystal, in between that and Hammerfall. Once you get all the keys, we need to head to the Circle of Inner Binding, which is east of Stromgarde Keep. Access the stone and Misrael speaks again.
You've done it! You opened the stones of binding! I can feel the shackles about me loosen, and freedom draws ever closer. You are a noble druid, Hamster, my rescuer!
And once we get the next quest, we get this dialogue.
Opening the stones of binding loosened much of my confinement, but a lock still holds me chained. It is the keystone you see among this circle of stones, and the key is held by one of my captors, the Stonewatcher Fuzzrock. You must obtain that key, which the Stonewatchers call the Rod of Order, from Fuzzrock and use it to open the keystone. Hamster, you have done so much to aid me. Just a little more, and my gratitude will shake the very foundations of the earth.
Of course, at this point you really get the feeling you're close. Close to whatever reward you'll get. A new armor piece? A new sword? Given the length of this quest, maybe even a blue item? Well, at this point you got so far that you want to complete it. You want to save the princess and claim your reward. Cheesy as that may sound. So in order to complete this part, we need to find a giant called Fosruk, which patrols around in Arathi Highlands. And at this point, the quest is starting to get really tough, because not only is Fosruk a level 42 elite, he's also guarded by 3 non-elites, which means this is the time to call for aid from friends or other players in the area. Luckily for me, I'm level 60, so this shouldn't be too hard. What's interesting is that as soon as you pull Fosruk or any of the guards, one of them yells, "No, leave us, we must not fail our task," which can lead to some curiosity. What are they talking about? What task do they mean? Unfortunately, that's all they say, but it definitely adds a little bit of extra to this wonderful quest chain. Once you've killed Fosruk, you'll obtain the Rod of Order. With this you go back to the Circle of Inner Binding, and now you will access the glowing keystone in the middle of the circle. Once you click on it, it says, you place the rod in the keystone and a shudder is felt beneath you. And as soon as you complete the quest, another giant appears. Now remember that line the kobold said which added to the "wait, what?" effect? Here's the giant Thenon saying, "Stop, foolish druid, we cannot let you summon the creature Misriel." And at this point you'll probably start to become a little suspicious. Why are there so many obstacles to freeing this princess? Why are so many powerful creatures devoted to making sure she doesn't resurface? Once we've dealt with Thenon, we go back to the keystone and Misriel says,
Free! I am free! I am free to gather strength, hidden from my captors. For if they faced me now, they would surely overpower and again imprison me. But in time, I will confront the giants, and they will regret their worship of me. You are a noble ally, Hamster. I will need your help again in time. When I'm ready, I will need you to summon me to the surface. Speak with Zaruk in Hammerfall. He knows how I can be summoned.
Now at this point the quest splits up a bit, because the Alliance have to go to a different location, but since I'm playing with a Horde character, let's just stick to this side of the quest chain. Once we're in Hammerfall, we talk to Zaruk.
Welcome, Druid. The lady has informed me of your coming, and if we are to bring her back to the surface, then we have much to discuss.
We accept the next quest, and Zaruk speaks to us again.
Theldarin the Lost was once a member of our order, the Twilight's Hammer, but he lost his mind and scorned our teachings. And before he fled from us, he stole the Scroll of Misriel. We could not catch him, but rumors say he hides in the Badlands, gibbering and mad. To bring the lady back to us, you must find the scroll. And to do that, you must find Theldarin.
Oh yeah, off to the Badlands we go, which means one hell of a journey ahead of us. Now me being level 60, I already have this flight path. But imagine being at around level 40. You've already had to do several other tasks. You had to bring friends to kill a bunch of elites, and now you're being sent to the Badlands. If you didn't have the flight path, it meant you had to travel all the way through Arathi, then the wetlands, then Lochmadon, and then finally get to the Badlands. So when you get there, you need to go to Agman's End, located here on the map. At the edge of the mountain, we're greeted by an interesting dwarf, to say the least.
Hello! Hello! Hello, 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 hello! I'm sorry. Wait, no I'm not. Don't be rude. Oh no, that was crazy talk. But sometimes being crazy is my only solace.
Once you get the next quest, you'll realize things take a turn for the worst.
The Scroll of Misriel. The Scroll of Misriel? You don't want that. Its magic can pull Misriel to the surface world, and if you do that, we are in trouble. Or maybe it's too late. Maybe she's already free. Maybe she's just gathering her strength before unleashing herself upon us. If so, then you'll need the scroll. Too bad it's destroyed. And Rage Elemental stole it and tore it up and now fight over the fragments. But if you can gather those fragments, maybe we can fix it.
And at this moment there's not a shred of doubt left. The princess that we thought was an innocent victim turns out to be one of great evil. So instead of freeing her, we must now stop her before it's too late. So it's off to kill the stone elementals close to where Theldarin is and collect those scroll fragments. Once we got all 3, it's back to Theldarin.
Ah! You found them! Good work, Hamster! This might be the only chance we have against the evil Misrael! Just let me find my scrap ratchet and see if I can reattach these fragments.
And then we're on to the next part.
You must defeat Misrael before she grows in strength. If you do not, then once she has gathered enough power, she will challenge her captors. There are some who think they can control her. But if she can be controlled, then why did the giants chain her in the first place? Crazy logic, eh? To defeat her, summon her at the Shards of Misrael, where you first spoke to her. Defeat her and gather her eldritch shackles, then bind them to the Shards of Misrael. Do that, and she will again be trapped.
So after we accepted the quest, we're going back to the Arathi Highlands to stop Misrael. Surely this will not be an easy fight, and she will put up much resistance. After some time, we're back where it all started, where we thought we would rescue an innocent princess. Now we're here to put an end to a great evil. We use the scroll, and before us, Misrael appears.
What? Hamster, you've served me well, but why have you summoned me so soon? I haven't yet reached my full power. You were a fool to help me, and now you will pay!
So it's off to stop this elite, and it comes to no one's surprise, this is one tough princess. She's level 44 and hits like a truck, even for a level 60 like me. So again, if you were to do this at give or take level 42, you'd have to gather at least 2 or 3 more friends in order to strike her down. Once she's defeated, she drops the Eldritch Shackles. These shackles is what we need to once again trap her inside the crystal and make sure she never resurfaces again. We interact with the crystal one last time and it says the following. The Shards of Misrael are now strangely quiet. And when you continue, it says this. As the Eldritch Shackles are placed around the shards, an unhuman wail is heard from far below. The scream is followed by a roar. The Shards of Misrael no longer invoke feelings of warmth and security as they once did. Now they pulse with an open menace, as if the thing beneath them holds ill will towards the surface. And what do we get as a reward? Well, a not so great necklace. Yeah, a little disappointing, but there you go. And that's pretty much the end of this amazing quest chain. So there's different reasons why this quest chain is remembered so fondly. From the fact that a lot of us obtained this quest chain through that odd random world drop necklace that sent you half across the world to help a princess in need, to the fact that you get invested in this damsel in distress, wanting to help her, and slowly but surely realizing that you've been aiding a great evil, and now you have to make sure you stop her before it's too late. That and the fact that you go from fighting level 37 normal mobs to level 40 plus elites that require a group to take down, including Misrael herself, which is even level 44. Let's just put that in perspective, by the way. Most people enter the Arathi Highlands at give or take level 30 to 32 and are done with the zone at somewhere around level 38 to 39. So if you wanted to complete this entire quest chain, you had to go out of your way to first do the first few quests, then go to other higher level zones to level up past level 40, and then come back again to somehow try and find other people who are around your level to then finally kill Misrael. Now, if that doesn't sound like quite a journey to you, I don't know what is. But maybe there is a future quest I'll cover in this video series that will top what you have to do for this one. For now though, I want to thank you for watching the video, and also a big thanks to the voice actors. Libby Carr as Misrael, Melderon as Zaruk, and Defcamp as Theldarin. I hope you enjoyed the addition of different voices for the NPCs, as I'm planning to do that in every single video in this video series. Alright, that's all for now. I'm Hamsterwheel, and have a good one.